So at Tesla, what you said in a previous podcast that you were basically like a human.
Yes, I was.
You were a human.
I was a human Google.
You're a human Google.
Yes. So I basically stood in a really pretty showroom, and people would walk in, and I would engage with them and just answer any and all questions. And if they wanted to buy a car, I could help them do that too. It was,
I remember the first Tesla I ever sat in was when I went to Washington D.C. For like a day trip with my wife. And I went to the Tesla store and I sat in one, and then I'm like talking to the representative, and I'm like, well, I'm thinking about, I have an S-Class now, but I just want to see what my S-Class I bought for $3,000. There was no way I'm going to buy a $120,000 Tesla
right.
just for, but it's like, well, I have an S-Class now. I just want to see, what these things are like. And, how much power does this thing have? Ask these stupid questions.
You were.
I am broke. Like, don't ever.
Yeah.
There should be. I think for salespeople, there should be a little. It could be like a VR thing where they just put on like an Oculus Rift and they scan a person, and then like, here's their net worth, and like it doesn't have to be a exact number. It can be like on a Yelp system, like $1 sign, $2 sign.
I'll tell you right now that is not too far off from what we did at Tesla already.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not gonna give it away because I don't want to get in trouble or whatever. I don't know if they could take legal action or whatever. Anyway, so
I don't think Tesla's ever taken legal action against anybody. That is not true.
That's the joke. So. Yeah, that was basically my life for 2 years, was just answering questions. And sometimes I would cover shifts at our retail center, which is like where you took delivery of your car or got your car serviced, that sort of thing.
Sure.
So I mean, I definitely learned a lot, and I'm definitely grateful for my experience there. It just turned out to be a little more disappointing than I was hoping.
Sure. So I guess in every sales position, you have to size people up.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can get to the point where you're a Macy's salesperson and you're like, I'm sorry, sir, are you lost? That's like one spectrum. Because you can't, it's not like, if you're like a Ferrari dealer and, Ferrari's a bad example because they treat everybody like crap. Let's say you're a McLaren dealer. You can't let like homeless people drive your cars,
Right.
So even though, who knows, that could be a thing. But I'm kind of curious to know what discerning, like, what did you look for when, like, if you look at somebody and say, oh, they're probably going to buy a car, or I'm just wasting my time.
It's profiling.
Mm-hmm. Of course it's profiling.
Yeah. You look at, so, and I'm not really into this sort of stuff. We had to look at like what bags they were carrying from other stores in the mall, like where they've been purchasing. Good identifiers would be like watches, shoes,
of course,
jewelry, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a watch guy, so like.
But what happens when they are a successful rapper that has their own identity? Say a Post Malone. If Post Malone walked into Tesla, like that would screw up the system.
I have no idea who Post Malone is.
You should look it up. Post Malone is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. It's pretty good. Shout out to Post Malone. I know you watch this podcast. Please.
Shout out to Post Malone. I don't know who you are. Cool.
You should Google him. He's a good dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of hate in the comments for that, I guess.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think people in the comments know who Post Malone is.
So yeah, that it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite interactions ever when I worked for Tesla. Had a guy come in, we started talking about cars and blah 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 blah. We kind of leveled on a few things, cars we like. We're into similar styles of cars and brands and yada yada. And we get to the point where we're talking about the Tesla, and he's like, I mean, these cars are really cool, but I think they're a gimmick.
Right.
And I'm like, I mean, they could be a gimmick. Obviously, I think that if not Tesla, some other company is going to make this the standard.
I think they definitely have gimmicks.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that clearly gimmick, like that light show for Wizards of Winter. That's a gimmick.
Yeah, it is.
Ludicrous mode is a gimmick.
I mean, ludicrous mode is literally just a launch control.
I know, but you can only use it like twice, and it's
no. You can use it multiple times.
No. What I'm saying is, there's a procedure to do it. Like you have to basically sign a waiver saying, yes, I want to do it, or no, I want my money.
So that's Ludicrous Plus.
Okay, it's
So you have
Ludicrous
Ludicrous,
Plus.
which is just the standard.
Where's the? I want the platinum one. I want the one where the wheels literally burst into flames, and then it drives me to Elon's house where he personally shakes my hand and hands me $100.
I think that's called delusion, arson, and stalking. That's
delusional mode.
Yeah, delusional stalking arsonist.
Yes.
So we get to talking about these cars, and he's
Sure.
like, these are gimmick, but they don't have transmissions and they don't make noises and blah blah. Like I'm like, I level with you 100%. Like I'm also like a petrol head, blah blah blah. He's like, yeah, it's cool, but I'm gonna stick with my manual shift. I mean, first of all, who says manual shift when you're referring?
Okay, so that's like a rich guy, poor guy thing, because either he doesn't know that automatics are a thing,
Automatic shift.
yeah, or he is so rich that he is removed from reality, so that his vernacular is like,
or
middle class doesn't really say stuff like this.
sometimes they do. It's anyone who talks about cars, and I feel like they're trying to sound like they know more than they actually do.
Was he an older gentleman?
No, he was not. He was my age.
He was your age.
Yeah, a little younger, probably early mid-20s.
Mid-20s. I like a manual shift.
Yeah. So here's where it gets good.
I just threw a wrench in my whole situation.
I want to stick with my manual shift. And I'm like, oh, cool. What do you drive? 2005 Kia Spectra.
That is a great. So I can see how getting a $100,000 Tesla would be a lateral move for him.
Oh yeah, big time.
It might even be a downgrade from the Kia Spectra. I mean, that thing had
Doors.
and wheels.
Yes, and a windshield.
Sometimes it had a windshield.
Yeah.